Here is information about Save the Day. Tasha is the world's most determined fisher lady, being saved time and again by diligent harbor patrollers Uniqua, Tyrone, and Pablo. She insists upon going to the most dangerous places. They catch a lot of fish. Save the Day. Uniqua, Pablo, and Tyrone are in a backyard wearing blue caps. Tyrone introduced himself to Rescue 1. Uniqua introduced herself as Rescue 2, and Pablo introduced himself as Rescue 3. They are a harbor rescue team. They begin singing Save the Day, explaining how rescue people in the harbor. The backyard transforms into a bay. The trio reports for duty as they walk out onto the pier behind a map of the area. Using their binoculars, Tyrone, Uniqua, and Pablo look around to find somebody who needs to be rescued. At first, they don't see anyone, but Uniqua suddenly spots Fisher Lady Tasha as she leaves in the harbor and the fishing boat whistling. Tasha tells the viewer that she wants to catch a whopper, a large fish, while singing I'll catch a whopper from the pier. The team decides to follow the fisher lady in case it needs to be rescued. They enter the rescue boat and drives it out to the harbor. Fisher lady Tasha moves her boat into deeper waters. She enters Shark Bite Bay, the most dangerous bay in the harbor, a dangerous shark-infested area, also the home of many sharks. She stops her boat in the middle of the bay to catch a whopper despite a dangerous risk of being eaten by sharks. Tyrone spots Tasha going to Shark Bite Bay. He alerts Uniqua and Pablo. Tyrone starts a small speedboat and steers it towards Shark Bite Bay and saves Tasha. After Tasha gets a bite, Tasha leaps towards her, splashes her, and loses her catch. Tasha does not wish to have to save from circling sharks because she is trying to catch a whopper. But Tyrone brings Tasha into the boat anyway. They sing a reprise of Save the Day as Tasha mutters to herself that never caught a whopper. When everyone is on the dock, Tasha sets out again, a small boat to catch a whopper. And a second attempt, she heads to Catastrophe Cove. Can you make pizza rolls for me?
That's what I'm doing.
Rock area that could put a hole in the boat. The rescuers demand that she needs to be saved again, and they follow her. While they see her fishing, they can't risk going to the bait because they possibly sink. Pablo goes underwater to get into the cove without harm. Tasha throws out her fishing line and the hook gets caught under an arched sharp-shaped rock formation. Tasha thinks she has caught a whopper, but she's actually pulling a rock as she struggles. While underwater, Pablo noticed Tasha's fish hook. He looks at it in a moment, trying to figure out the best way to rescue her. At first, Pablo yanks the rope, which almost make and yank out of the water. Then Pablo out a pair of scissors and cut the end of the line. But because Tasha is pulling the line, Pablo is suddenly yanked out of the water. He lands on a boat, and Pablo pulls out his megaphone, announcing to Tasha that she's going to be rescued again. Frustrated that the rescuers had prevented her from catching the big fish for a second time, she tells Rescue 3 that she doesn't want to be rescued, but Pablo takes her back to the dock anyway. At the dock, Fisher Lady ties the boat to the edge of the pier and frowns at the harbor rescue team. No need to thank us, Fisher Lady, just doing an hard job. Uniqua says happily, I wasn't going to thank you, answers Tasha, but Pablo tells her, You're welcome, ma'am. The harbor rescue team then breaks into song again, singing "Nothing Too Tough" as they brag out how great they are the team. Meanwhile, Tasha shouts her sides. On the Straits of Disaster, Tasha is able to leave in her boat without being noticed because the three are still singing and celebrating. After a song, Uniqua, Pablo, and Tyrone cannot believe that they see the Fisher Lady going out yet again to the dangerous place. The time Uniqua gets her helicopter as Pablo and Tyrone takes the boat. Uniqua communicates with them as she flies over Risky Business Beach, telling him there sees no sign of the Fisher Lady. She flies over Injury Island as they continue their search. Pablo and Tyrone stop the boat and look through the binoculars. A storm rolls and the rescue team decides it needs to save her from the Straits of Disaster and get her out of the storm. They use the inflatable glide to get closer to Tasha. Tasha tells them to go away because she wants to catch the whopper. And frustrated and helpless, she pops a hole in the rescuer's boat using a rod's hook on purpose. They scream for help. Frustrated, Tasha tells them, "Oh, for goodness sakes, get out of my boat." They do so, because it always springs a leak. They sing the song, "Uh-oh." Uniqua comes to rescue her helicopter, but she can't get any lower. Tasha tells Tyrone and Pablo, "You haven't seen me catch a whopper," but once they catch a whopper, she uses a fishing pole and an anchor to catch Uniqua's copper. The four return safely to the dock as the harbor rescue team thanks Tasha for the rescue. Just as Tasha is about to lose hope in catching a whopper, the big fish jumps out of water into her hands. She exclaims to them she caught a whopper. Then she says to the fish, "Nice to meet you, little fishy. Now back to the sea you go." And she throws out the back of the water after excitement. Tyrone's stomach rumbles. He invites everyone to his house to have sushi for snack time. The four friends run back into Tyrone's house. As the harbor transforms back into a backyard, they all sing the end song and go inside the house. At the episode ends, Tyrone says to the viewer, "Rescue 1 over and out. Rescue 2, Rescue 3, Rescue 1. Fisher Lady Tasha. Save the day. I'll catch a whopper. Nothing too tough. Uh-oh." The end.